Hey, Nathan Gotch here. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I overcame my fear of being on video. And I'm actually going to give you a step-by-step framework you can use to stop being so scared to be on video. And it's really, really important that you overcome your fear of being on video because it's going to help you for a few reasons. And I want to jump into those reasons right away. And then once I go through these reasons, I'm going to explain exactly how you can just get over that fear, because what you need to realize is video is so incredibly important to your brand success online now and into the future. And so starting with number one, the first reason why you need to be using video is people are starting to prefer video as their main type of media consumption online. And so a couple years ago, in fact 5-10 years ago, the main form of content consumption was text. And this is not to say that text is just going to be wiped off the face of the earth, but people prefer video. And in fact, a large majority of people online prefer watching video over just reading an article or reading a super long piece of content. And so it is very, very important that you jump on this trend before your competitors and other people are already producing video and they're going to get a jump start on you. So it's really, really important just for that reason alone that is the way people are consuming content at this point. That should be a reason alone to start video. The second reason is that video actually helps you accelerate the growth of your brand. And so I can tell you from personal experience that as soon as I started doing video, my brand skyrocketed, and many of the companies that we've worked with, as soon as they started doing video, their brand overall visibility just increased. And even what a lot of people don't realize is when you do video, it sort of builds a relationship with the person that's watching. And it's strange because you're not actually building a relationship with the person that's watching, but to the person that is watching, it feels that way. It feels like you're getting closer with that individual. So for example, you're watching this video, you're watching me, and it feels like we're having a one-on-one conversation. But in reality, I'm just talking to a camera. So, but it is so incredibly powerful because the more trust that you build and the more that your prospects actually trust your brand and they start to associate your brand with a particular individual, the more trust there is, the easier it is to sell. And when people trust you, you're going to build your authority faster, you're going to be able to grow your sales faster, and it's just going to come with so many benefits. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, if you're only creating text-based content and you're hiding behind your keyboard, it's going to be very, very hard to build that relationship at the same speed that you would doing video. And I can just, once again, tell you from experience, I produced a ton of article-based content for the first couple years of my business, and that did pretty well, but I probably would have 10x the speed of my company's growth if I would have been producing video at the same time. And so the third reason why you should be doing video is actually from an SEO perspective. And so a lot of people don't think about this, but when you put a video on a page, it's going to increase the dwell time on that page. And so if you have just an article, people can rip through that article or they can just skim it and they'll just jump right off the page if they get the information. But if you add video, you can really engage them and you can really keep them on that page for longer. And there's some evidence that the longer an individual stays on a page, it's a trust signal as far as Google's algorithm goes. And that makes sense because if people are staying on your site for longer, if they're visiting more than one page, or of course they're sharing the content, or maybe even going back to their blog and linking to your content, those are all trust signals. And so from an SEO perspective, it could be very valuable. And even if it isn't a direct ranking factor, it certainly doesn't hurt to keep people on your site longer because that gives you more opportunities to convert them into an email subscriber or even convert them to leaving a blog comment on your content, something as simple as that. So in addition to dwell time, the other thing that you have to consider is video is more engaging than just traditional copy. And of course, there are great copywriters that can engage you very, very well through text, but it's very hard to compete against someone actually talking to you, someone actually having a conversation with you. And that is far more engaging. And so when you have people getting engaged on one page, they're staying longer, and if they're getting engaged with your content more, they're going to be more likely to share your content. They're going to be more likely to link to your content. And of course, when your content gets shared and your content gets linked to, that improves your SEO performance. And so those are all the reasons that you should be using video. And so I hope I persuaded you to start using video, and it's really, really valuable for so many reasons in your business. So I really hope that you take the leap and you start producing video. And if you are already producing video, you should start producing even more video. So now what I want to do is I want to show you an exact framework you can use step by step so that you can just overcome this ridiculous fear of being on video. And the reason why I know how to overcome the fear of being on video is because I have actually done that myself. And it was a very, very hard process for me to get over my fear of getting in front of the camera. But fortunately, I've been able to do it, and it's been so incredibly valuable for my business, and I want to help you do the same. So let's jump right in. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to show you the 6 ways you can overcome your fear of being on video. And then at the end, I'm also going to give you a bonus tip for overcoming your fear on video. So the first thing you need to do to overcome your fear of being on video is to understand the reality of video. So right now, I am simply talking to myself. Sure, this is going to be broadcasted to an audience of people, and a lot of people are going to see this video, but in reality, I'm just standing here talking to a camera with no one behind it. It's just a camera set up on a stand, and that is it. And so if you understand the reality that you're literally just talking to no one, you're just talking to yourself, you can realize that you can just be yourself, and you can just focus on adding value and just focus purely on adding value without having to think about the fact that people are going to be watching this. Because in reality, all that matters is that you add value in this moment while the camera is on. And just remember, you're not talking to a crowd of people. You're not giving a public speech. You're just simply talking into a camera that has no emotions, no judgment at all. So that is the first thing. Just understand the reality. Number 2 is start with audio. And so this may seem weird to think about, but one way that I really got accustomed to doing video is I actually had to do a ton of audio-based content for my course, Scotch SEO Academy. And the reason is because a lot of the content in the Academy is over the shoulder or it's presentation type of videos. So I had to record the audio separately. So I had to record a ton of audio content, and that actually helped me get used to hitting that record button and just getting used to that feeling that you're actually being recorded. And for some reason, just that small movement of just hitting that record button is so monumental and can really help you go to the next level, which is to start recording videos. So I highly recommend that if you're really struggling to get in front of the camera, the first thing you can do is just record some audio, because that is like taking little baby steps that can really help. The third thing you should do is use test runs. And so all you have to do is open up something like QuickTime, and you can just record yourself on video, and you should just do several test runs and treat it just like a video that you're gonna go out and publish. Just treat it that way and take it that seriously. But the good news is you can record as many times as you want. You can mess up as many times as you want, and that will help you get better. And you just keep doing that over and over and over until eventually you just feel comfortable doing it. Because if you can do these test runs and you can progressively get better, it's going to be super easy once the camera is actually going and you're going to be actually taking that content and putting it somewhere online. And so definitely do a lot of test runs when you're starting out, because what you're going to do is you're actually going to see some of the mannerisms that you probably don't even know that you have, and also some of the things that you probably say that you don't think you say. And so, for example, every so often I'll probably say, you know, just real quickly, I'll just say, you know, and that is something that I've been trying to work on. But there were many things over the past year and year and a half that I've completely eliminated out of my mannerism library, I guess. And slowly you start to see these small things that aren't going to be beneficial for your presentation, and you can just eliminate them. But there is no way that you're going to be able to get better on video and be able to target those things and identify those issues without actually getting in front of the camera. So you just have to get in front of the camera, and you're going to be able to find those issues. You're going to be able to fix them very quickly, and you'll probably never make those mistakes ever again. So the fourth thing you should do to overcome your fear of being on video is to just do more. And so for me personally, over the last, I think, year and a half, since October 2016, when I started doing more video and started creating a lot of content for my Core Scotch SEO Academy, I was so scared to be on video. In fact, I could barely even function. As soon as I hit that record button, it was like everything just went blank. And it was a really big struggle for me. And then eventually, what I did is I just realized I just need to keep going and just keep recording and recording and recording until I finally get used to it and I finally get better. And that's exactly what I did. So since October 2016 until now, I've probably recorded over 400 audio files and videos combined. And so that equates to about maybe 20 a month. And so I did a ton during that period. And that's on top of just running my business in general. So I had to create all this content on top of running my business. And that alone, I think, is one of the biggest reasons why I was able to overcome my fear of being on video. So I'm not saying you need to go out there and produce 400 videos, but just the act of continually putting out content and continually trying to improve it and continually trying to improve your presentation and your performance on video, it's just going to help you. And really anything in life, the more that you do it, usually the better you will get. And if you're not getting better at something that you're doing on a frequent basis, then you need to, re-examine. See, just said, you need to examine what is wrong and why you're not improving. And so that is probably the most important tip. If I could pick all of these, I would definitely say that doing more is going to be the best thing for you, because simply taking action is probably the best way to learn really anything, because you're just learning through experience, and experience is pretty much the best teacher there is. And number 5 goes along with number 4, is embrace your level. And so when you start doing video, you're not going to be good on video unless you're just a freak of nature. You're like Gary Vaynerchuk or something like that. You can be right out of the box, just be awesome on video. And that happens in many different professions. There are baseball players who out of the womb are good at baseball, and that's just the nature of it. And the part that matters for you is that it doesn't matter. You are at a different place than every other person. And so you just have to embrace what level you're at. And if you're bad at video and you feel like you're a mess when you're on video, that's totally fine, because you just need to put in the work, and eventually you're gonna get better. And you're gonna look back a couple of years from now and you'll be like, wow, I can't believe how bad I was on video. And you're gonna feel so good that you put in that work and that you progress so much. And so definitely just embrace where you're at. And to give you a perfect example, I'm not the best person on video, and I would never claim to be, but I know that I'm putting in the work every single day to try to get better and at least to be the best version of myself on video. So all I can say for you is do more and embrace where you're at, and just focus on progress, and don't worry about perfection. It's not going to help at all. Just focus on doing the work, because you're going to get better. The 6th thing you need to do to overcome your fear of being on video is to think about what's the worst thing that can happen. So that is what this stands for. What is the worst thing that can happen? And just think about that. What is the absolute worst thing that can happen if you record a video and you put it online? Well, what are some things that could happen that are pretty bad? Number 1, you put the video out there and no one watches it. Okay, that's not that cool, but it's not going to kill you. Number 2, someone could leave a mean comment. Once again, who cares? It does not matter. That's just if you're afraid of getting mean comments or people disagreeing with you online, then you should go and live in the woods, because the internet is a place where people have the ability to disagree with you. They have the ability to comment on things anonymously, and there are no repercussions for those actions. And that's just the nature of the internet. So you just have to accept it. And if you want your business to continually grow and continually improve, you can't be afraid of what some trolls might do on your content. You just have to focus on adding a ton of value in your industry. And that's really comes down to the next tip, which is the bonus, which I haven't told you yet, is the bonus is video is not about you. And so when you are thinking about how to get better on video, or you're dealing with this ridiculous fear, which fear isn't real, it's all made up in your mind, you have to remember that what you're doing is not about you. You're creating these videos to educate your prospects, to educate your customers, to build relationships with the people that are actually going to hand you money, and to add value to your marketplace so that you can become an authority and build trust with the people that are going to actually transact with you. That is the purpose of doing video for business. It's not about you being a performer or you getting a role in a movie. It's not really about that. The purpose of doing video for business is to educate your prospects, to add value to your industry, and try to establish your brand and even your personal brand as an authority so that you can actually sell stuff and grow your business. That is the objective. So once you kind of get out of this idea that it's about you and you have to perform and you have to do all this stuff and you have to be the best performer ever, it helps a lot to not think about that. And just remember, you're jumping on this camera to add value, to demonstrate your expertise, and to help people. And when you go in with that mindset that you're doing it just to help people and trying to take them from point A to point Z in whatever you're trying to help them achieve, it becomes so much easier. So just to review, this is what you need to do to overcome your fear of being on video. What you need to do is, number one, understand the reality. You're just talking to a camera. That is it. Number two, start with audio. That's a very simple way to get your feet wet and get used to hitting that record button. Number three, do some test runs. Just record 10, 20, 30, if you have to, 100 test run videos until you feel comfortable actually creating a real video that's gonna go into the public. And number four, just do more. Just produce more video, produce more audio. Get in front of the camera as much as you possibly can. And of course, put yourself in uncomfortable situations, because all those uncomfortable experiences, and when you get that really horrible feeling in your stomach when you're doing something that's uncomfortable, the more you experience that, the easier it's going to be to get in front of the camera and do great work. Number five, embrace your level. Just embrace the fact that you're not going to be that amazing and that you're working towards being better. And that's all you can do. All you can do is just try to get better every single day. Number six, think about every time, if you're feeling nervous, what is the absolute worst thing that can happen if I record this video and put this video out? And lastly, as I said, it's not about you. So it's just about adding value to your industry and helping people go from point A to point Z so that they can improve their life in one way or another. And so that helps so much. And so that is all you need to know about how to overcome your fear of video. I know this wasn't a super focused topic about SEO or marketing, but I just really feel like I had to explain this because I've had a good experience overcoming my fear of being on video. And I just want you to realize that once you start putting out video and you start really putting your face out there, it's really going to help your brand accelerate much faster than you could have ever imagined. So if you got a lot of value from this video, please just like the video, share the video, or even comment on the video if you have some questions for me. And so that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.